Welcome back to the next session. We are discussing on spectroscopic techniques and applications. Today our lesson is on rotational spectra of rigid diatomic molecules. As we all know, energy of a molecule is quantized and is given by Born-Oppenheimer approximation equation. Total energy is equal to electronic energy plus vibrational energy plus rotational energy. Thus, along with all other forms of energy, rotational energy is also quantized and it is no more arbitrary. Rotational energy is limited to certain definite values depending upon the shape and size of the molecule concerned. Schrödinger wave equation can be used to solve the permitted rotational energy values or the so-called rotational energy levels. Let us consider a linear diatomic molecule with two atoms, as you can see in the picture. One atom is of mass 1, other atom is of mass 2. Both are joined by their bond length, and imagine this as a rigid bar of bond length R0, where R0 is R1 plus R2. The molecule rotates end over end rotation about a point C, that is center of gravity, where the moment of balancing equation with the point C is given as M1 R1 is equal to M2 R2. So the moment of inertia C is defined by I is equal to M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square. This is a balancing equation. Therefore, from these equations, we can calculate the bond length or the distance between center of gravity C and center of mass M1, that is R1. Similarly, R2, where R1 is equal to M2 R0 by M1 plus M2 and R2 is equal to M1 R0 by M1 plus M2. So substituting those two equations in the moment of inertia equation, we get I is equal to mu R0 square. As we all know, mu is the reduced mass of the system, which is given by M1 M2 by M1 plus M2, the product of the masses by sum of the masses. Thus the diatomic molecule is equivalent to a single point mass mu at a fixed distance r from the axis of rotation. Such a system is said to be a rigid rotator. As we all know, Schrödinger wave equation for rigid rotator, which is del square psi plus 8 pi square mu by h square E psi is equal to 0. The potential energy V term has been taken 0 because R is a fixed value. Since it is rigid, the potential energy is taken as 0. Thus, when a diatomic linear molecule is attached to the weightless rod, the solution of this Schrödinger equation is given by Ej is equal to h square by 8 pi square I j into j plus 1. This was the derived solution for a diatomic molecule from Schrödinger equation, where j is rotational quantum number, which can have values from 0, 1 to 3 and so on. H is Planck's constant and I is moment of inertia. This equation expresses the allowed energies in joules and also shows that rotational energy of a rigid rotator is quantized. In the rotational region, spectra are discussed in terms of wave number. So, in order to convert the energy joules into wave number units, we have to divide joules by Hc, that is capital Ej, energy in joules, by h is Planck's constant, c is the velocity of light. So that is nothing but E is equal to hc by a lambda. I am keeping this lambda this side, that is energy in terms of wave number units or percent 1 by lambda this side, or bring this hc towards the left side. E by hc is equal to 1 by lambda. So E by hc is equal to 1 by lambda. 1 by lambda is nothing but wave number in terms of per centimeter units. Then energy in terms of wave number is expressed like this. Dividing the previous Joule's equation by hc, we will get h by 8 pi square ic j into j plus 1 per centimeter units. Energy in per centimeter units. Rotational quantum number j is not an arbitrary value. It arises directly out of the solution of Schrodinger wave equation and effectively allows only certain discrete rotational energy levels to the molecule. So, equation 9 is abbreviated as energy of rotational energy Ej is equal to Bj into j plus 1. Since h by 8 pi square ic for a particular molecule is constant, this Planck's constant is moment of inertia of a residual molecule, and this is the velocity of light. So this entire thing is a constant and is mentioned as B rotational constant. And here the moment of inertia I can be IB or IC. Since I am speaking about a diatomic molecule, that is a linear diatomic molecule, IA is 0. So end over end rotation in plane, end over end rotation above the plane IB and IC are not equal to 0. Thus, energy of a rotating diatomic molecule is given by this equation. E is equal to Bj into plus 1 per centimeter units. If you substitute J values, from J is equal to 0, J is equal to 2 and J is equal to 3 and so on, you will get the so-called rotation energy levels with some definite energy. So these are allowed rotation energy levels. J is equal to 0 state, 1 state, 2 state, 3 state and so on. So how to discuss the transitions observed in a rotational spectrum? So whenever we come across a transition, it is the molecule jumping from 0 level to the next level. Imagine J is equal to 0 to J is equal to 1 transition. Then we can write it as this is 2B, this is 0, J is equal to 0 is 0, J is equal to 1 is 2B, 2B minus 0 is equal to 2B per centimeter. And this is for transition J is equal to 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and so on. And you can find out the energy of a rotational energy level and also difference between these two rotational energy levels. So after observing the microwave spectrum of a rigid rotator, it is observed that the two adjacent spectral lines are separated by just 2B units. Then came out a rule called selection rule, which says that only delta J is equal to plus or minus 1 transitions are allowed in the microwave spectrum. So delta J is equal to plus 1 is absorption, delta J is equal to minus 1 is emission. In microwave spectroscopy, consider transitions in which J changes by 1 unit and the allowed transitions of delta J is equal to plus or minus 1 is said to be a selection rule. Thus, the figure shows the allowed rotation energy levels of a rotating molecule. J is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. At the same time, as the J value increases, you can also observe that energy of the rotation energy level also increases. But in practice, when the molecular energy is continuously increasing and the molecule is rotating, there comes a point where the centrifugal force of a rapidly rotating molecule is greater than the strength of the bond and the molecule is disrupted. But this point is not reached at normal temperatures. So this is about a rigid rotator system. If you go for the applications of microwave spectroscopy is used to determine the bond lengths of a gaseous polar molecules, and it is also used in ascertaining the symmetry of a gaseous molecule, in determining the dipole moments, To calculate bond length, that is in turn we are calculating moment of inertia of the molecule. At the same time, astrophysical applications, radio astronomy, probe of molecular universe using telescope can also be determined. And at industrial level, it is used in germination of moisture in various tobacco types. But still, there are some limitations. It studies of only molecules with permanent development, and molecules must be in gaseous form so that they are free to rotate, and it is difficult while studying the large molecules by this technique. Thank you.